What is up, my Stopstorm RighteousRaikou, discharging another episode of This Week in WWE. We're once again joined by your boy Conscious.
Swiggy Swag, what's in the bag? Conscious here.
You are not Jay. Get the hell out of here. Yeah, so we took a nice hiatus, like, 3 weeks, because Conscious has been sick. And
Bobby dealing with family stuff, so it's all me. It's all me.
Yeah, it's always Conscious's fault. When in doubt, always blame Conscious or Wyatt. I learned that very fast.
Yep.
So, this week we've had our usual schedule of Raw, SmackDown, 205 Live, which we'll probably barely discuss, to be honest, because nothing really happened except maybe one small thing happened on 205 Live, I noticed. And then
hey, my boy Tony.
That's why I said small thing, because Tony Nese is slightly important. And then NXT, which also, side note, NXT also aired on USA Network this week as part of a WWE week on USA, which is kind of a nice cross promotion for the WWE Network. And then also Thursday had Tribute to the Troops, but we're not going to cover that because it was pre-recorded at least 6 months ahead, considering you heard John Bradshaw Layfield on the mic. But it's besides the point. And also those shows aren't canon.
Yep. Okay, so we're gonna start. No, actually, no. It wasn't recorded 6 months ago. It was recorded recently because Charlotte was champion. Yeah, this was recent.
Yeah, then why the hell was John Bradshaw Layfield commenting?
I don't know. Charlotte was WWE SmackDown Women's Champion, which she didn't win her first Women's Championship recently, and we had Ruby Riott and them on the team. No, this was canon. This recently happened. This was literally.
Well, I mean, technically, most house shows aren't considered quote unquote canon.
Yeah, it's not canon though, because pretty much all the baby faces won except for the Absolution, which they have to make Paige keep looking strong because her versus Asuka.
Yo, imagine that match ends in a DQ. Anyway, we're gonna get right into Raw, which the first segment of the night, which was a Samoa Joe promo.
Oh no, you got news, bro. You got news.
Oh yeah, you're right, because there's actually a lot of news.
Yeah.
Yeah, so even though we missed out on about what
I got it. I got the news. I think I got it.
No, I got the news.
Let me do it.
All right.
Okay, first probably the biggest thing from this week, Rich Swann getting arrested on Saturday night around midnight for domestic abuse and getting on permanent suspension on WWE.
Just to actually two clarifiers. One, when he's talking about Saturday, because when this is going up, it would be when this goes up, it's going to be the 18th. And recording on the 16th. So what he means by Saturday, it was the previous Saturday, which was December 9th. And then
he was
by permanently suspended, it's really indefinitely suspended. Chances are Rich Swann's going to be fired
within about a month or so. Yep. And yeah, that's really all that's covered with the Rich Swann. It was a whole disagreement between him and his wife on the way home from somewhere in Florida. And he apparently had her in a headlock. They were in the car, locked her in while she tried to escape. And the cops are called. Rich Swann's in handcuffs. And looks like he's going to be out the door. Yeah. So, also, we had the last major show from New Japan before their Wrestle Kingdom event, which is their biggest event of the year. And that is the end of World Tag League, which had a big special. We had great matches such as Cody Rhodes and Marty versus Kota Ibushi and Ospreay. I think it was.
I missed. I didn't really only watch the big match of I watched the end of Young Bucks.
Pretty much the things that significantly you should take from there. Evil and Sonata are going to face Killer Elite Squad at Wrestle Kingdom, and Kenny Omega fought. Who did Kenny fight?
He was with the Young Bucks. I don't know who they fought though.
That's Kenny and the Young Bucks versus Roppongi 3K, which is Rocky Romero, Yo and Show. And And at the end of the match, Kenny was doing his whole thing, ending up Guns Bullet Club, and behind him appears Chris Jericho.
Oh,
Hits
well,
him with.
I'd say
Hits
first.
him with.
Hold on, because
Sorry.
technically, you like. So first was a whole video package of Jericho like congratulating him on his win, blah blah blah, but then saying that Wrestle Kingdom's gonna be not a little technical wrestling match that he's used to. No, it's gonna be a fight, and which also like kind of begs like I saw a couple.
Wait, no, that happened the next night. No,
the same night that the video package aired right after the match, and then Jericho popped up right behind as soon as the screen went black, and then hit him with a code breaker. And then after that, Jericho kept pummeling him, and then as Omega tried to get back to his feet, Jericho had the IWGP US Championship and smacked Omega across the face, which Omega ended up blading himself to sell the injury.
Yep, and Jericho rubbed his face, rubbed the title all over his bloody face, and blood all over the title. So the Young Bucks came back, saved Jericho, saved Omega, threw the title back in, Jericho threw the title back in, and then we come to the next night at the press conference. We had Kenny Omega cut in the same promo. Then they escort Kenny out. Jericho comes right after him, and that's when Jericho had a short 5-minute promo, and Kenny comes out and attacks Jericho. They had a really, really good fight. They weren't holding back at all. They sold it really well. Really good argument. Kenny literally got a table thrown at him. Jericho cut probably one of the best promos of his wrestling career. And people are hyped about this match. And people are saying it best. They feel bad for Naito and Okada having to follow this match.
Yeah, I mean, to put it in perspective, Naito versus Okada is going to be a better technical match. This isn't going to be like the whole Jericho Omega build. It's not going to be a technical bout as much as Jericho is a technical king. This is literally going to be a mix of American style in a Japan ring. Mm-hmm. Like this is going to be a hardcore match.
But the thing is, if anyone can beat the Jericho Omega fight, it will be Naito Okada, which are two of the best New Japan has to offer.
I don't think it's going to top it, personally.
Oh no! If you have seen what Okada has been able to do in the ring himself, he has put on fantastic matches. And going toward the end of this year, Naito has stepped up his game.
I'm still salty the fact he kicked out of the One-Winged Angel. Still salty.
Yeah, I'm one of the people who regularly watches New Japan, and I can say, while Naito and Okada can put on a show, I think they if anyone can top the Omega Jericho match, it will be them.
It's just the fact that Jericho and Omega has so much build going for it, because this is the first time a WWE superstar went with all of his momentum that he made in WWE, WCW, and into Japan. Mm-hmm. And he's bringing all of the people that watched him in WWE to watch this match in Japan. It's ridiculous.
Also, Omega and Okada and Naito has had a huge build to it too. You've seen vignettes, them attacking each other after matches and shit like that. They've had a really good build to their match too. And the reason why this is so special for Naito in particular was because Naito won the G1 like 3 years ago, but they had no real in him headlining a Wrestle Kingdom. So he got bumped down out of main event even though he won the G1.
And he won this year too.
Yeah. With that, Naito was pissed. He went to CMLL, rebuilt himself, and he's built as a cocky heel that everyone loves. He's not only loved by people in Japan, he's loved by Americans. Naito is probably one of the best heels in the wrestling right now.
It's funny that Okada's a face, and yet like most of the American crowd that I see does not actually like Okada.
Yep, they want Naito. Naito is a showman, and that's what you don't get a lot in wrestling anymore. Showman, and Naito is one of them.
The thing is, there's a lot of showmanship going on, which yes, we're talking about New Japan, even though this is a WWE podcast, we're briefly talking about Japan because Jericho does relate to WWE, so it is relevant to a certain degree.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, Jericho is the literal definition of a showman. Omega is also a showman. Like, there's all these main event. This is gonna be a double main event Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah. I was going to also say, another thing is, the thing is, we kind of have to talk about New Japan because they are literally WWE's biggest competitors, and arguably better. Quality matches, they're way better than WWE, and to be honest, because of how well their American two things that a lot of people need to really focus on: their American show sold out in hours.
Yeah.
And that was their first big American show, and it sold in hours. It sold out so fast they had to book 2 more nights, and they all sold out. And 2, another huge thing is, New Japan is now getting a dojo, a wrestling dojo in LA, which is gonna spread the horizon even more. So now New Japan has a Wrestle Kingdom in Japan, Wrestle Kingdom in LA, and they just recently did one in Australia as well to spread out even more to Australia. To be honest, if New Japan keep on the track record that they are on, in a year or two, honestly and truthfully, you could see New Japan topping the wrestling world as the best promotion in wrestling.
Yeah. Because the thing, like, especially what has New Japan going for them is since they have an English broadcasting team for the big events, it helps people that aren't familiar with the language actually be able to catch up with the product.
And then another beautiful thing they do as well, their major wrestling promotions like Wrestling 12, on the 5th and 6th, it's being freely after it gets streamed on New Japan World Live, whatever. A couple days later, it's going to be streamed on their partner network, Access TV, for free for everyone to see. For free.
Which is a thing of beauty.
Yeah, which WWE never does. New Japan are really, really catching up on WWE. Very much so. And
I mean, also New Japan has Jim Ross, so there's that.
Also, because remember, for the longest time, WWE was known as the mecca of the wrestling world. You always strive to be in WWE, right?
Correct.
At this point, you can go to Japan and you can make it huge, and you will never. There are people who can. There are current wrestlers out there right now who can never step foot in a WWE ring, and their legacies are cemented from their time in Japan.
Cough, cough, Omega. Cough, cough, Okada.
Omega, Okada,
maybe
Tanahashi, Young Bucks. If they never saw WWE, the Young Bucks are another great option. Rocky Romero is a great example. He was born in America, but he has built a brand for him in Japan, and he will never probably go to WWE, and he will go down as a legend in Japan.
Also, Marty Scurll, if he's on New Japan.
Marty Scurll, yep. So, yeah. Also, another set of news is two set of news actually. Two things. Oh, actually, I have another set of news that you don't know about actually. I found it out. More news. 3 huge TNA superstars are leaving. EC3, aka Derek Bateman in WWE, and Lashley are both leaving. Both are going to WWE. Lashley going straight to the main roster, while EC3 I can see going back to NXT as Derek Bateman.
The thing is, I want him to drop the Derek Bateman gimmick and kind of find something similar to the EC3 gimmick, because that was his golden persona.
Yeah.
Because Derek Bateman had no character. EC3 was the best heel TNA's had in years.
Yeah, to be fair, because of Dixie ties being cut with TNA and stuff like that, maybe they convince her to let him use the EC3 name. If he can get the EC3 name, fantastic.
Now he's actually Kurt Angle's other illegitimate son.
Lol.
It'd be
Oh,
more passable, to be honest.
another one is
Eddie Edwards, right?
Eddie Edwards. Yes, he's also his contract is up soon, and he's more of an iffy story. People are not sure if he's gonna go to WWE, NXT, whatever, because he has a lot of relationships outside of TNA, so he could go for wrestling Noah, ROH, and stuff like that, and wrestle around the independents for a little bit before jumping ship to WWE. So
I honestly
yeah.
I would think that he maybe pull a James Storm and at least try at NXT for a couple of shows, just to give an appearance. But then he could so that way he can do that and then still be able to do big events in independence.
Yeah, James Storm is another one. His contract's up soon, and he's jumping ship on TNA as well.
You think he's gonna go to NXT though?
I have no idea with James Storm. I really don't know.
Because he said like he didn't like NXT, but at the same time, like I thought he said he did and he didn't like it. Like it was weird.
Yeah, James Storm is kind of up in the air. TNA pretty much is a sinking ship right now. They lost one of their head writers too, and one of the head producers as well. Last week as well. TNA is a sinking ship. It's going down fast.
I mean, they're also losing Rockstar Spud too.
They've already lost him, but they're losing a lot of talent quickly, and they're going down.
I wouldn't be surprised if Magnus jumps too.
Yeah, I would not. Oh no, he doesn't work with them anymore.
Oh, he dropped GFW too?
Yeah, a lot of GFW talents that they had, a lot of them, when they combined to one company, a lot of them didn't stay signed with GFW. A lot of them left.
I'm surprised Magnus didn't go to NXT yet.
Wait, is it him? Yeah,
he's married to Mickey James.
Yeah, I don't understand why he's going to NXT either. He might end up there soon because Mickey, you know.
Yeah, because like the thing is, I don't want him on main roster because he's just gonna get wasted. But he had such a good rivalry with Samoa Joe, and especially as when they were tag team partners in TNA. Oh my God, it's beautiful.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the piece of news that you don't know about that I found out about. So the young.
I mean, I knew everything. I knew both the things you said before when you said I didn't know.
No. The Young Bucks. What's that wrestling promotion called?
ROH.
Pro
Wrestling Gorilla.
No. Oh God, it's slipping my mind. The Spanish one, the Temple.
AAA.
No. The other one, the big
Lucha
one.
Underground?
Lucha Underground tried to sign the Young Bucks. Yes.
Oh, you're kidding me.
No, Lucha Underground. I would say like a couple months ago, Lucha Underground tried to sign the Young Bucks to come work for them and create a stable with John Morrison, right?
That's ridiculous.
But the thing is, they offered them $200.
That's not enough zeros.
That's a joke. I immediately thought that's a joke. Trying to get the Young Bucks to wrestle very much for $200.
If it was like $200 an episode, I can understand that. But
yeah, but now Matt and Nick apparently will think about doing it if it's $1,500.
That's still not enough money for them.
Oh no, for sure. No, but that's not including royalties and stuff like that. Because that's usually how it goes. They have a flat rate plus royalties from selling merchandise and shit like that.
I just want Rey Mysterio to leave Lucha Underground so that way he can at least make one more run in WWE.
He's not making another run. I see him doing like giving him like a bi-monthly match, like at a big pay-per-view match. He's done. Retire, going to Hall of Fame.
Because let's say like, and I'm like when I say return, I don't mean like a full time return. I mean like give him some big name card matches.
Yeah.
Like because he can come to the cruiserweight division and elevate it slightly.
Yeah. I was gonna say I think we should start. I think we should start it. I've actually seen it. We've actually already seen that. It was on.
I know. It used to be What Culture Wrestling.
Yep.
Which was amazing. But the two fast news counts is Cena's returning Christmas Day. And then there's also going to be a new WWE Weekly show on Facebook Live around January 19th or so called the Mixed Match Challenge, where it's going to be mixed gender tag matches. And one of the teams I found out is Braun Strowman and Nia Jax.
Oh wait, is that confirmed? I thought
That's
the fans
confirmed.
were.
It's on
Well,
Instagram, my boy.
I thought fans were voting on it.
No, I don't think it. I don't think it's voting on it, because it's
Damn.
on Instagram, and I saw Nia Jackson just like, it's like, oh, look at us being partners. I'm just like, oh my god, please. I hope that's true.
I don't know because I've heard like the fans are gonna vote on who partners with who. That's why.
Oh,
That's why.
I didn't watch the full promo.
I think Nia Jackson's trying to promote her and Braun. I don't think it's official
Okay.
yet. Yeah.
But I just saw that on Instagram. I'm just like, I need this. That'd be the best tag team. Like, good luck
Yo.
stopping them.
No, you actually want to. I want Braun and fucking Bailey.
Yo, just straight up, Braun gives her a hug and then just power slams her through the ring.
Yep. I would love it.
But
Well, we should probably start on the main shows because we've been on the
yes.
news for quite some time.
Yeah, well, because the news are where it's at. Because not a lot of the shows were entertaining this week, to say the least. So, anyhow, going into Raw, we have a huge promo with Roman Reigns. He's basically just talking himself up, and talking shit about Reigns and the whole Shield, and then whatever back and forth banter, and then Reigns comes out, and it just becomes a whole beatdown angle, and then the bar comes out, and then they get the attack, and then that closes that. It's,
to be honest, it's literally setting up a 6-man tag. Literally, most of the night was setting up a 6-man tag between the Bar, Joe versus Reigns and the versus the Shield.
yeah.
And fucking what's his name? Jason Jordan is somewhere in the middle of all that shit somewhere.
Jason Jordan just still has to find a character.
Yeah.
The thing is, though, is the only reason the Bar is with Samoa Joe is because Miz is right now filming.
Yeah.
Always it'd still be Miz, and at least because the thing is, Miz knows how to actually promote things. Samoa Joe, I'll give him, like, he knows how to cut a promo, yes, but he's not as annoying of a heel, and not as like despicable of a person as Miz is.
The thing is, Joe doesn't need it. Joe needs to do what he does best. Joe needs to say a couple words and choke you out.
Oh, I know, but
that's.
But I'm saying, like, it just doesn't work. Like, he's not a tag man.
He doesn't.
Person.
He does. No, the thing is, I don't. He doesn't work well with the Bar because the Bar is so used to the mouthpiece as the Miz.
Yeah.
Yeah. With Joe, I would personally like Joe with, if he's gonna tag with someone, I want him to tag with someone with very little words. It's like, oh, they're gonna drop a couple words here and there, but then overall, their main thing, they're gonna look fucking strong and they're gonna choke people out.
Braun Strowman and Brock Lesnar in a tag team. It's over.
All right.
Actually,
you know who I want to see together as a tag team? And this is just fantasy booking for myself.
Who?
I want to see the Kings of Wrestling back together again.
Kings of Wrestling?
It's Cassius Ohno and Cesaro.
Good luck having Chris Hero get at NXT.
Oh no, I know. I don't expect it ever to happen, but I watched their matches on ROH Independence and oh, they're such a good tag team.
I just want Chris Hero to stop losing matches, but that's a different topic for a different day.
That's what WWE hired him for, to be enhanced talent.
I know, and it's upsetting. But first match of the night, we got Paige and Mandy Rose versus Bayley and Mickie James, and obviously Absolution won that.
Mega Page looks strong. Take on Asuka.
Yo, the thing is though, she's gonna look strong to take on Asuka, and then Asuka's gonna win, and we're just like, oh, this is upsetting now.
No, what's gonna happen is I think what they're gonna do, that's gonna be a Mania match, and they're gonna give them a good long match to work with. Like,
oh my god, can we get an Iron Man match?
I wouldn't be bad at that. Because of the sheer amount of shit that's gonna be on the WrestleMania card, I would say Iron Man match. But give them like a 20-minute match.
Or what about a 2 out of 3 falls count anywhere match?
No, I wouldn't say that either. No. That even if Asuka's pinned once, that takes away the undefeated streak. And I don't think they're taking away the undefeated streak quite yet. Oh, no, I would personally...
I want to say, like, I want to make this argument real quick, because you could still have a 2 out of 3 falls match and not eat a pin. My example here have the Absolution give Asuka a
You give Paige a DQ point, give Asuka a legit point, and then have Asuka take the third
Yes.
legit point.
Yes.
Okay.
Because
That works.
well, also I was gonna cite which was Rich Swann versus TJP in a 2 out of 3 falls match. TJP never got a single fall or tap. He never got a single point on the board, but he was always constantly so close to getting the point. So you could always build it like that, where Paige can be hyper aggressive, but yet, like, the first pin can be a fluke, and then the next one is an actual finish, something like that.
Yeah.
But anyhow, the next thing we had during the night was a Bray Wyatt and Woken, not broken, Woken Matt Hardy promo. I mean, I love these things, honestly. It's so hilarious.
Yeah, I think this kept me most intrigued throughout the night. I don't really have a lot to say, but I enjoyed it. I thought it was cool. I'm excited to see what they do with Woken Matt Hardy, and thank God they kept Bray away from Sister Abigail. Thank God. But
I just love that how they closed the promo with just laughing at each other. Just Matt Hardy's laugh. I can't.
Yep. I'm excited.
Yeah, I mean, I hope they save that match for Royal Rumble, to be honest. And I hope they revamp his entrance too.
Yeah, well, we haven't had a new entrance since he's been woken, so I think we are gonna get like the with the TNA, the piano and shit like that.
Well, we also don't have music from Jim Johnson anymore because he was released. But so next match of the night we had Finn Balor versus Curtis Axel that ended in literally less than 2 minutes.
Yeah, I don't know why that's something.
I don't know. I think they're trying to have Finn Balor actually have a build, but the problem is like you're jobbing him out to Kane. Like, come on.
And that's the look. Kane looks strong for him versus the triple threat match between him, Braun, and Joe and Brock.
So the next match of the night we had, which was Seth Rollins versus Sheamus, and actually this was a really decent match.
I don't remember what the fuck happened in that.
And I mean, the only thing that's important is that Seth Rollins won.
Okay.
So next up we have a number one contendership match because of the fact Rich Swann's contendership was technically revoked. So we had another contenders match, which was Cedric Alexander versus Tony Nese versus Mustafa Ali versus Arya Daivari. Which, of course, Cedric Alexander won.
Yep, which makes sense because the reason why Cedric even lost is because Rich Swann won in the first match. But yeah, this makes perfect sense. Perfect booking.
As long as Enzo eats that pin and he doesn't win against Cedric, I'm fine.
Yeah.
Like, even if Enzo has to keep the title for some reason, just let it be a count out or DQ. Do not let that be a pin. So next up we got is Roman Reigns versus Cesaro for the IC Championship. This is a way better match than it deserved to be. Like, I don't really like Reigns matches, but this, like, there was terrific selling on Roman Reigns' part for selling an arm injury. Cesaro constantly targeting the same part, like, without skipping a beat every part of the match. It was a technical, a completely technical match for Cesaro. It was fantastic. Roman Reigns obviously ended up winning, but one thing I have to actually critique is the spear he ended up using at the end. Like, it looked way too weak to even be a finisher, but that's the one thing I really have to say about that. And then we had another Absolution thing where Asuka was heading to the ring. She was supposed to face Alicia Fox, but then Alicia Fox, like, I don't know, hurt her wrist or whatever. And,
just like another Absolution.
Yeah. And then Absolution comes out, and they're just swarming the ring Shield style, and they're just like, oh, you got two options here. You either get out of the way or make you get out of the way. And Asuka's like, all right, bring it. And then there's a whole brawl in the ring, and then eventually the whole women's locker room comes out to clear Absolution from the ring. And we kind of see where it's going here, but I don't know. I feel like it's too early to start rushing out the whole women's locker room. But
Oh, don't forget, you forgot about the best part of the night.
uh, which one?
Yo, your boy
What?
Enzo Amore and fucking
Okay,
Nia
no, 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 no,
Jax.
no, 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 no. We're not talking about
That
that.
moment.
We're
I
not
ship
talking about
it.
that.
The thickness versus the thickness with the freshness, my dude.
I I hate the story angle. Why do people think this is a good idea?
It's whatever. So
Yo,
let's go
can
to
Nia Jax be
Tuesday.
the next cruiserweight champion?
Yo, true. Let's go to Tuesday, right? Is it Tuesday?
No, no,
Tuesday,
we're
yeah.
not even over yet, dude.
Wait, is that it? Is that the tomorrow?
No, Samoa Joe versus Dean Ambrose was next,
Wait,
and then
there's more?
yeah, dude, this is just Raw.
I literally didn't pay that much attention to Raw. I did not care
So then
enough to pay
Samoa Joe
attention.
ended up beating Dean Ambrose, but a key thing here is that Jordan, who was in a chair at ringside, he ended up kind of costing Ambrose the match, by like distracting him, and then Joe basically just suffocated Ambrose with the coquina clutch. So this is basically going to set up a triple threat match somewhere down the line. And then last but not least for the match for the night is Braun Strowman versus Kane for a shot at the Universal Championship at Royal Rumble, and it double count out, and they just destroyed each other in post match. It just became more and more brutal.
Yep, and pretty much setting for a triple threat match. Terrible.
Which, I mean, Kane's gonna eat the pin on that
Yep, probably.
because Braun Strowman should not eat the pin against Lesnar. It doesn't make sense.
He has before, but not in this case. Kane
Well,
is right there to defend.
because let's say the thing is, like, in a one-on-one scenario, yes, obviously Braun Strowman would not win that match. But even the thing is, when they had the one-on-one match, I was not happy with the fact Braun Strowman didn't look as strong as he should have. But that's my personal gripe with it. So now we move on to SmackDown, because Conscious is an impatient little fuck.
Sorry, I didn't care.
I know. It, the opener was a promo with AJ Styles, and then the Singh brothers. They're trying to basically say that they're trying to air their grievances about gender and trying to offer assistance to Styles, and then it was a whole back and forth thing. Jinder pops on the TV, and it's like, you think I'm falling for this crap? And then just assaults both of them and leaves.
Rescues them, and Singh Brothers and they're back together again. Yay!
Basically. So, first match tonight was Charlotte versus Ruby Riott. It ended in a DQ because Natalya, who was at ringside, is like, nope, screw Charlotte. I don't need this. That's basically how that happened.
Yeah.
So then the next,
it was smart because it kept Ruby Riott looking strong, but I eat a pin and it kept Charlotte looking strong as champion.
but the thing is, I really think Ruby Riott needs a new finisher.
Was it the Pele?
Yeah, it's like a wrist lock, pull and Pele kick, but it just doesn't look like it has enough impact. It's very slow and awkward to set up. It's just, not my cup of tea. So the next match we got is Dolph Ziggler versus Baron Corbin, which yet again another DQ involvement because he runs in and hits Ziggler with a glorious DDT, and that causes disqualification. So I'm done with this.
No, they did it on purpose. By setting up for their feud at the triple threat at the pay-per-view.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, I just hate DQs. It's just, I hate it.
Yep.
Like, it works for some stories. This one, when you have 2 DQ finishes in a row in a night, it's a little much. So next match we had the Bludgeon Brothers versus Jobbers. That we don't even know what their names are.
Yeah,
yeah.
Bludgeon Brothers did what they do best. They kicked ass, set them up looking strong. They're about to crush the Breezango as well.
I just don't like their double team Razor's Edge I really don't
I
like it.
don't either. No, no,
It
no,
looks
no.
awkward.
Thing is, you have Luke Cage, who actually is a very athletic big guy. Let them give him another finisher, please. Dude, you know what they can do actually?
What?
I don't think how they would work this. Because was it Luke Harper's finisher was a discus clothesline, right?
He had a discus boot and a discus clothesline.
Give him like a discus clothesline and have Eric Rowan do like a di- a discus You know
Actually,
what?
I know what combo.
A discus clothesline into like a fucking full Nelson slam. That would be great.
He had both. I think at one point he had I know he had a fallaway slam. I don't know if he had a full Nelson slam, but what he can even do is right off the stun of the clothesline, pick him up for the fallaway slam, and then get the pin that way. But
Yeah.
even like
Uh,
something like that has a little more
I
pizzazz than
think
just Razor's Edge.
have Eric hold him up like a full Nelson, have him hit with the discus and like the momentum from the discus fall makes the opponent fall back, and just like release them and just chunk them across the ring. Bam.
Actually,
I would.
I just realized would also be a good idea. So you remember the finisher Fall of Man, which was used by Ascension?
Not really.
So it was kind of like a running. It was two opposite corners, a running strike on a kneeling opponent. I think one was kind of like a clothesline-ish strike, and the other was. It was
So
weird.
have. Oh, so kind of like the meet in the middle that DIY had.
Yeah, but except the person standing instead, and you have the discus clothesline from one side, and then the other can be like a big boot to the back of the head.
Yeah. Actually, funny enough, that's the King of Wrestling finisher. Cesaro, Cassius Ono had the discus forearm, while Cesaro had the uppercut. It was vicious as
Oh
fuck.
my god, that's beautiful.
It's very vicious finisher. I fucking love
I
it.
feel like that's Concussion City though.
Oh no, it is. Oh, for fucking sure it is.
So,
Have you seen what Chris Hero can do with his hits? His hits fucking hurt.
oh yeah, I know that man kills.
Yeah.
But moving on, we had Occupy SmackDown with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn with their Yep movement. I hate every part of this gimmick that to the point I love it.
Yep.
And then essentially it was a whole ploy to try to get Brian's attention. And Brian's like, like, I don't like any of you guys. I respect you. I don't like you, though. But he's like, you know what? In the interest of fairness, there's not going to be just one referee on Sunday. There's going to be two. And the second referee is Daniel Bryan. So now we have two special guest referees on Sunday, because why not?
Yep. I think we might see a Daniel Bryan heel turn here, maybe.
Actually, some people are speculating double turn. It's Shane McMahon heel, Bryan face.
Face, yeah. I've heard that too, like where Daniel's pretty much have Shane very much healed himself. Kevin Owens, Sammy, Bryan be the faces, Orton, Nakamura, Shane be the heels.
Yeah, but like, is it just me, or do you also think that the tag team match is kind of filler for at least Shinsuke?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Like Orton, no offense, I just don't care about Orton.
Yeah, I think Shinsuke. Like I said, I still stick with my statement that I see Shinsuke main eventing Mania versus AJ. That's my WrestleMania main event.
I also see. Don't ask me why, but I can see Randy Orton just RKOing Daniel Bryan at one point in the match.
I can see that. Yeah.
Except the fact like Bryan isn't even allowed to wrestle, but if Randy Orton RKO's Bryan, that means that there's a possibility Bryan might be returning to wrestle.
Oh no! If Bryan takes an RKO, if they let him take an RKO. Oh, he's coming back. He's dead. They're definitely gonna let him wrestle. And
which would actually be amazing.
That's how you know it. If he takes the RKO, they are going to take a chance and let him wrestle at least one more match.
That means WrestleMania 34, we might get Daniel Bryan versus Shane McMahon.
Yeah.
Actually, I'd be okay with this. I'd be very okay with this.
Yeah.
What if we get?
Because the good thing about it would be we keep Shane from fighting another match against a main big star.
I mean, Daniel Bryan is a big star, though.
No. But that's the thing. With Shane, it's someone you know you can work safe with because Shane doesn't have an insane amount of arsenal himself.
Because the thing is, I know Shane doesn't have that big of an arsenal. Daniel Bryan does. That man is literally a man of 1,000 holds, just like Jericho. Because the thing is, like, if you want to keep the man safe, you switch his ground game to now he's back into ROH, and that man just makes everyone tap out to everything.
The American Dragon, the submissions
Oh my
for
God.
days.
Yo, I want to see him and Chris Jericho just have a submission match. I'd be okay with this.
The one match I want to see that I never got to see, him versus Kurt Angle, that's the match I want to see.
Yo, why isn't that at WrestleMania?
That should be WrestleMania. Daniel Bryan versus Kurt Angle in a submission match. That sounds fantastic. The crossface. Remember? I don't even know this. Daniel Bryan has won a match with a guillotine choke once, and I'm like, what the fuck? It's like
he won a match with a what?
Guillotine.
Oh yeah. I mean, a big guillotine choke isn't that uncommon though.
No. But it was something no one saw coming. It's like I found out they did it to shout his man of 1,000 holes gimmick out because they were like, he has all these submissions at his disposal. Let him use them. He used a lot of different submissions.
There's one match I saw he won in ROH with the cattle something. It's you know what I'm talking about, where you grab it's a double arm wrist lock, you flip over the opponent into a bridge, and you're basically like pulling their arms behind their back.
That's how he won his first.
Mutilator.
Yeah, that's how he won his first ROH champion, actually.
Like, that hold looks disgustingly painful.
Yeah, I think he won it from Tyler Black, actually.
I think it was.
Yeah. Okay. So what's the next match on the card?
Was Usos versus Aiden English and Rusev.
Aiden English Rusev won.
Yeah. They gotta win. That's the most surprising thing, honestly.
Actually, they have 2 wins back to back. They beat the New Day last week too.
How does Rusev and Aiden English have momentum?
I don't know. We don't ask these questions. I don't fucking know.
Watch Aiden English and Rusev win the tag title by pinning the New Day.
I actually was talking to VC about that too, and that's a possibility.
But also we have Shelton Benjamin and Chad Gable, so I mean, Chad Gable and Jason Jordan. Why? Shelton Benjamin. Ooh. My God, I really wish it was American Alpha again. But Benjamin and Gable, I think, still have a decent chance to win the titles, though.
Yep.
I want them as champions, though. So going onward, because we would literally be sitting here for hours talking about one thing. Final match of the night was Kevin Owens versus Shinsuke Nakamura, and the big highlight of the night was the referee got knocked out, and then Daniel Bryan was on commentary, which also, side note, he kind of buried Byron Saxton on commentary. It was hilarious. But the referee got knocked out, so Bryan, he went up to the referee, put on the ref shirt, and he took his time to get into the ring. So when Shinsuke hit a big move, he pinned Owens, and then Owens ended up kicking out because there was such a large amount of time, and then eventually Shinsuke gets distracted, and then Kevin Owens hits a pop-up powerbomb and gets the 1-2-3. So I mean, like, this kind of tells how Daniel Bryan is gonna be on Sunday, but I'm not too sure. This is gonna be weird.
Wait, what?
Did you not hear what I said?
No, I didn't hear your question. Sorry.
It's like I don't know how this is gonna play into Sunday, because now there's 2 special guest referees, and Daniel Bryan has questionable intentions. Like, it makes no sense, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But I guess we just gotta wait till Sunday. So that closes out SmackDown, which brings us to 205 Live, which we will not... What?
Can I do it?
Yes.
We are not discussing anything about it. None of this shit matters at all. There's literally two significant things that happened that night. Three, maybe. One, Hideo Itami appearing next week on 205 Live. Significant. Two, no, there's not three. There's just two. The other thing is,
Tony
Nese. Tony Nese got kicked out of the Zo Train, and now he is presumably
he's a face now.
I would say so, probably.
I mean, like, Tony Nese being a face, the only place he's a face is Long Island.
Yeah, I don't know.
Literally, like, when I was there for Raw in April, I think that was. Oh my god, everyone had a huge pop for Tony Nese. That was fantastic.
Yeah.
But,
so,
yeah, 205 Live is as relevant as ever.
Yep. And then we had NXT, which
oh my god.
Which was the first time NXT has been aired on live television.
And I happened to watch it on the WWE Network, but literally the same show.
I watched live and on WWE Network because the only difference between the two shows, the network had the women's
right?
No, women's title match was on it.
Oh, they didn't have that on USA?
Yep, and that the reason for that is because of time restraints.
That's dumb.
No. The thing is, you're forgetting NXT is about a 48-minute show, right?
Yeah. And they cut it to half an hour because of commercials.
Exactly. If it wasn't for commercials, we would have had the entire show on the thing.
I know. It just makes me upset.
Yeah. But it was a good show. Cien Almas had a match
versus Fabian Eichner, and oh my god, Fabian Eichner actually looked strong for a very quick match. He actually had a good amount of offense in it.
Yeah, Almas won. Of course, he's champion. Of course,
I won't see Fabian Eichner getting as I'm going to say this now as in the current future. I don't see Fabian Eichner really going anywhere, but I mean he's also proving himself that he knows what he's doing. So I'll give him credit where credit's due.
Yep. Then we had
Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch versus AOP.
Yeah, All-Japan won. Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch, they are a good tag team. I think once like AOP are off of NXT, I can see them getting a push.
I wouldn't mind seeing them rival with Sanity and Undisputed Era. That'll be kind of lit.
Yeah.
But the thing is, Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch don't really have characters right now. Like they don't have real personas. They don't connect with the audience.
I think, like I said, once I see some like AOP leaving, I can see them getting a push as a big team.
You know where they're gonna debut, right?
What?
AOP is gonna debut in the Rumble.
Oh yeah, probably more likely. I don't know.
Because that's the best time to have a surprise debut. Is just put them in the Rumble, especially those two big guys in the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Forget about it. So they're basically going to be the better Bludgeon Brothers, honestly.
Yeah.
So then, the next one was the women's match, which I don't know why I pulled up the USA Network one because apparently it does include the women's match of Ember Moon versus Peyton Royce. And obviously Ember Moon ended up winning the match. But, I mean, it was a good match.
It was a decent match, yeah. I enjoyed it. Nice.
I mean, women's matches never really disappoint for NXT.
Yeah.
So we get the last match of the night, which was Adam Cole, Baby, versus
Aleister Black.
It was a qualifier for Fatal 4-Way.
Okay. I want to say this now. I thought it was a decent match. But I will say, of the qualifying matches so far, I know we didn't do one last week, but Chris Hero versus Johnny Gargano, I enjoyed that match so goddamn much.
The thing is, it's hard to compare the two, though.
No, I know, but I would say, like, that was probably one of my favorite NXT matches, in a while, dude. Like,
I want to say hold it for next week because we get another match of Tyler Bate versus Pete Dunne for the UK
Oh yeah,
Championship.
that's gonna be. Oh, that's gonna be fucking amazing! I cannot wait for that.
The funny thing
But
is,
they
those are the
had
only two ones advertised, so chances are we might get a Chicago-style match of 20 minutes.
baby. But yeah, that they put on a hell of a show. Alistair Black and Adam Cole, baby.
I
They fucking
I feel it was definitely not pay-per-view worthy
no,
because it's just
but
I
but
uh,
oh, for it to be a match of their first live show on the USA Network for NXT, this was a good show. That was a great ending match because it gives Adam Cole, who already has some backing in his name from ROH, his assignment ROH, right?
yeah.
And Aleister Black, who's probably one of the most over stars in NXT right now, and two
His
undefeated
entrance
people.
is over.
Yeah, this was a good match for it to be NXT's first big show, which could be which I think is a good sign of future things to happen, because the network is doing okay, but it's not doing fantastic. So I would not mind NXT getting a TV deal and being on live TV. I would not mind it at all.
Yeah, the thing is though is with the one good thing about this match is the fact no one really ate a loss here, because Adam Cole doesn't really lose anything from losing this match because he's so over that losing a match like that doesn't hurt him. If Aleister Black lost, it would hurt a lot.
Yeah, I saw Aleister Black winning, the entire time, but it was a good match. I enjoyed it. I was happy with the outcome and stuff like that.
Now, would you be against doing predictions for this Sunday?
Yeah, because this recording kind of have ran long already, and all right, let's fuck it. Let's do it.
All right.
Let's not go through it. Let's just quickly do our predictions of who we have winning what match.
All right. I have to actually pull up the whole card because I can quick shot the card.
Yeah.
But I have to literally look at the card.
Like I said, just tell us what the matches are. We can just say who we think are gonna win.
I know.
It's
that's
called
what I'm trying to do. Because there's so many
okay,
matches I can't.
I have. Okay, go for it.
So Ryder versus Raleigh, go.
Mojo.
I got Ryder.
It's gonna be Mojo because he needs pushing as a heel.
Is it because the fact that he also won the Andre Giant Battle Royal?
No, not even that. No, he's been a heel. He's been a face his entire career. His first big heel thing, he needs to be pushed as a heel. I think that's why.
I mean, I can see Zack Ryder winning just by DQ.
Yeah, that too. That's options. Yeah.
So AJ Styles versus Jinder Mahal.
AJ.
Yep, I'm going with Styles too. Corbin versus Rude versus Ziggler.
I could see Corbin winning it. I would like Bobby to win it, just so because I think Corbin is kind of He's lost a lot of momentum. I think Bobby could take the title farther.
I want to argue a retention only because Baron Corbin needs more validity to be a champion, and he loses that validity if he loses this match.
I can see him losing the match, but not eating the pin. Having Bobby pin Dolph.
Dolph actually I'd see is the least likely to win this match. He's going to eat the pin one way or another.
Yep.
So Flair versus Natalya.
Flair.
I'm going with Flair too, but the only reason I don't, if Flair doesn't win, the only way I see her not winning is because of a lumberjack screw over.
Yep. I don't see that. I don't see that happening. I do see the Absolution taking out, like, attacking everyone during the match and shit like that stuff too.
That's true.
I mean, yeah.
So we got the Fatal 4-Way match of Usos versus New Day versus Benjamin and Gable versus Rusev and Aiden English.
Once New Day think I don't know. I'm not gonna go with the New Day. My gut is gonna go with the New Day.
I'm gonna say want for me is Gable and Benjamin, but the better pick in my mind is champion retention.
Yeah, yeah.
Because it's
I
Night
agree
of
with that.
Champions, so you kind of figure it's usually going to be historically a lot of more retentions happening on Night Champions.
Yeah.
So Shinsuke Knox and Orton versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn.
Kevin and Sammy win by Shady Means.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely agree with that one. And then,
Yep.
even though obviously this isn't the main event, but it's listed as the last card, Breezango versus Bludgeon Brothers. We're all agreeing it's Bludgeon Brothers.
Breezango about to get
Yo,
fucked.
watch Breezango wins the match.
I swear to God, that will lose all the Bludgeon Brothers, all the momentum they have,
No,
which is
you know
stupid.
how Breezango's gonna win, right? You know how they're gonna win.
The Ascension.
Yes. Because
Oh,
they think they're best friends with Breezango.
no. Have it extend because remember last time we saw the goddamn thing, the whatever that vignette thing,
Yes.
the Ascension totally died because of the gas, whatever. Have them actually be alive. Okay,
Oh my god,
okay,
please.
okay. We're done.
Oh
We're
yeah,
done with this.
we're done with this. This is too much already.
Yeah.
So thank you guys very much for watching this week's episode of This Week in WWE. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, do what you do, and we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.